Lenny, y'all. DJ Lenny. Woo! Welcome everybody, welcome. And so I am Orazio Mancarella. I'm the president of Black Alumni Network. So I want to tell you guys I appreciate everybody coming out. And to do a formal welcome, I have our treasurer right now, Keith. He's gonna kind of start us out.
Thank you. Good evening and welcome to the first inaugural annual awards gala. Tonight we gather to celebrate excellence, dedication, and the remarkable achievements of our outstanding pioneers who have paved the way in our 24 for 2024. First and foremost, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to each and every one of you for being here tonight. Your presence is a testament to the spirit of our camaraderie and to the shared commitment to excellence that defines our community. As we enjoy this wonderful event, food is on the way, which is already here. Let us take this moment to reflect on the journey that has brought us here, the challenge we have overcome, and the milestones we have reached, and the friendships we have forged along the way. And these experiences our success all makes it more meaningful. Finally, I want to thank our organizers, our sponsors, and everyone who worked tirelessly behind the scenes to make this evening a success. Your efforts are deeply appreciated and have made tonight's celebrations possible. Thank you, enjoy your evening, and go Blazers.
Thanks, Keith, thanks. So Keith started out just kind of talking about, the journey that we've been on as a Black Alumni Network. And so I wanted to give you guys a little bit of background on this ball, how we came to be, and everything. So the inaugural ball, soiree, I think that's what we billed it as. It was a brainchild of our past president, Dominique Belton. So if you guys know Dominique, if Dominique wants something, she's gonna make it happen. Shout out to her, shout out to Dominique. And so when I came on as president, she was like, Orazio, you gotta make it happen. And scholarships is my thing. I'm a big proponent of scholarships, making sure that we help folks that look like us overcome those financial burdens that come along with college life and everything like that. And so we kind of put those together. And we decided on doing kind of a scholarship gala. We started out as a gala, and us millennials, we love our sneakers. So it kind of morphed into a sneaker ball. And so that's kind of how this happened. And I just want to say, I promise a little later we're going to let y'all swag surf and Tamia line dance and do all the good stuff. But before then, we really wanted to make sure that we gave the flowers to those that came before us, the folks that are out here that's working hard, doing things in their communities. And so that's really what tonight is about. Tonight is about celebrating us as Black Blazers, the commitment, the things that we do to push and advance UAB, Birmingham, the nation, and everything like that. So I want to thank you guys. Like he said, welcome, and we'll just kind of jump right into it. So I will say one thing though. This is our first. It is our inaugural, and I'm a dad, and so I've raised toddlers. And if you remember how toddlers, they do that little waddle, and it's ugly, but it's the cutest thing in the world. This is our waddle, so it's the cutest thing in the world, and that's what you guys kind of keep in the back of your head. So it's up from here, right? It's gonna get better and better. But we want to make this a staple of Black Alumni Week. And Black Alumni Weekend. And so just kind of stay with us on that. Next we have the recognition of our 24 for 24. And so what I want you guys to do, as the 24 for 24 came in, they got their certificates and everything, but we want to take a second to really, just identify them and give them some love. So as I call your name, please just stand. And then we'll give you a round of applause. So first up we have Jerry Lee Walker, and I know his daughter is here, so if you can stand for him, we'd appreciate that. Ralph Baldwin, Dr. Sharon C. Bell, William A. Bale Sr., Eddie Palmer, Ronald Baldwin, Raina Dick Richardson, Dr. Kirsten Kennedy, Dr. Eric R. Agee Jr., Inez Mahdi, Brian Crawford, Dr. Hadia Nicole Green, Dr. Wilton Triggs, Dr. Maurice Hobson, Terry Mills, I see y'all there, Trey Jemison, Dr. Tamaya Nolan, Deborah Grimes, Wardine Alexander, Clinton Woods, I think Clinton's out there, yeah, Anita Clemens, I think I saw Anita out there, did I not? Dr. Brian Sims, Brittany Dion, and Leroy L.A. Simmons. Thank you guys. Next up, we have our Trailblazer Award. And our Trailblazer Award is intended for a single individual, usually, that has broken barriers for Black people in the school, their community, or in their industry. But this year, we kind of chose a group to receive the award. So the initial UAB Black Alumni Chapter, or the Black Alumni Association initially, those members will be recognized. But I want to give you guys a little background. I want to set the stage. So I want to take you back in the day, back in time. You guys remember that? Birmingham is arguably the South's largest city and the nation's most segregated. And it became a point of interest in modern civil rights time, if you guys remember, when movement organizers after a failed civil rights campaign in Albany, Georgia. So Dr. Maurice Hobson, one of our trailblazers, he's a historian, and he sent me this, and I just wanted to kind of tell the story. And so back then, the city steel industry was its crown jewel, right? That's what we had. But a lot of our Black folks couldn't get jobs in that industry, even though it was a huge industry for us. And so Black Birmingham unemployment was up to 2.5 times what white Birmingham was at that time. We had bombings by Klansmen, you guys know about 16th Street, and it earned us the moniker of Birmingham. And the socioeconomic conditions made it really ripe for protest. And then in April of 1963, you guys might know this guy, Theophilus Eugene Bull Connor. He acquired an inquisition that prohibited protests by outside agitators. And so when Martin Luther King came in, right, they were met with dogs and water hoses and everything else. And those organizers, what they did is they said, we're going to get children, right, the most innocent folks that we can kind of think of, we're going to have them there. And so some of these folks that we're recognizing right now were there. Some of these folks were out there marching, walking, they had hoses put on them and everything. And that's huge, right? And that opened up people's eyes to the civil rights movement and our plight. And so fast forward, those children became adults or young adults. And then they came to UAB. And those trailblazers that we're celebrating tonight, they came in and they opened up, became voices for the Black students. They desegregated UAB. They came in and really made a difference. And then they continued, right? And fast forward, they graduated, became, titans of industry. They became, mayors and industrious and things like that. And then they said, you know what, we still want and love UAB. And so they chartered the UAB Black Alumni Association that became the Black Alumni Chapter that today is the Black Alumni Network. So these folks, they deserve these flowers. Really, they do. And so, as I call your name, I want you guys to kind of come up here, and if you could just stay here. We've got plaques for you as well. Jimmy Lee Walker, like I said, I know your daughter's here, so if you can come up. Jerry Lee Walker. Get those out. Ralph Baldwin, Dr. Sharon Bell. William Bell. Annie Palmer. And Ronald Baldwin. Oh.
Look at me, ready, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2.
One more round of applause for me, y'all. Let me get this.
I got a lot of trouble with you.
Dr. Bell, Ms. Bell, did you guys want to say anything? No? Give a pass.
You know, Mr. President, thank you so much. As a reformed politician, I can't help but grab a microphone. As he was talking about the brief history of this city and UAB, when I started at UAB, it wasn't UAB. It was the University of Alabama Extension Center. And it was a year later that it went through the process of becoming a full-fledged college and then university. And the biggest argument that they had was whether or not it would be the University of Alabama in Birmingham, of Birmingham, or at Birmingham. And you would have thought that the students were debating the fate of the world in terms of the discussion. I oftentimes tell people I'm not the politician in the family. You're looking at the politician over here to my left. She was part of the University Senate. We formed the African American Association. We formed several different organizations at the university to give blacks and African Americans a voice at the school. They had instituted a $5 student fee, and that student fee went to part of the entertainment that was brought to the campus. And they brought all kinds of entertainment there at the school, but it wasn't entertainment that we could relate to, if you know what I mean. And we staged a protest. And it was only about 10 of us, but they thought that I think it may have been about 100 African-American students there, not counting the foreign students, but we said we were going to protest, and they were very upset about that, or concerned rather. And they ended up saying that we could have a portion of the student fee to have entertainment. And there's a gentleman by the name of Terry Collins. Terry's not here tonight, but Terry had the first event, and it was over at the old engineering building right there on University Boulevard. That was our first event. But we said we had to do something bigger than that. And the first major entertainer that we brought to UAB that African American students could relate to was B.B. King. And B.B. King not only drew the African American students, but he drew all the white students as well. And then it became commonplace that we put on the best shows of all the events that were there. And those are just the small things that help move things forward at the university. But I'm so honored, Mr. President, that you all recognize my wife, who's part of your organization, who really has been a stalwart in making sure that African Americans have a voice, not just at UAB, but throughout our community. So I want to thank you all on her behalf as well. Thank you.
Thank you all again. All right, and our final award of the night is a special award. It's our Person of the Year, and so all of these awards, like I said, we want to make this annual, and we want to give these out. But this award is intended for an individual that represents the Blazer way and celebrates their recent accomplishments here on the campus, in the community, as always. And the Greeks out there might know this poem, and I'm going to read it because the only way I can say it is really, really fast with a lot of mumbling in it. So I'm going to slow it down. I'm going to read this poem because it really describes this gentleman. And it's called Bridge Builder by William Allen Drumgoole. And it goes, an old man going a lone highway came at the evening cold and gray, to a chasm vast and deep and wide through which was flowing a sullen tide. The old man crossed in the twilight dim, the sullen stream had no fear for him. But he turned when safe on the other side and built a bridge to span the tide. Old man, said a fellow pilgrim near, you're wasting your strength with building here. Nope. Next page. Your journey will end with the ending day. You never again will pass this way. You've crossed the chasm deep and wide. Why build this bridge at evening tide? The builder lifted his old gray head. Good friend, in the path I've come, he said, there followed after me today a youth whose feet must pass this way. This chasm that has been as naught to me, to that fair-haired youth may your pitfall be. He too must cross in the twilight dim. Good friend, I'm building this bridge for him. So tonight we want to represent and we want to honor Leroy L.A. Simmons. He's a charter member who directly worked with the BAN leadership to ensure that I knew endowed a scholarship and was awarded through the BAN network, and that's really important. We'll talk about that a little later. He was a member of the UAB Black Alumni Association until the NAS created the Black Alumni chapter, and was a dues paying member, that's big, until the chapter became a network in 2020. As an original Black Blazer, he came to help as an advisor to help bridge the gap between generations of network towards the vision and goals of sustainability for all Black Blazers of the era by attending meetings consistently. He was the first Black Interfraternity Greek Council president at UAB, and one of the first Black leaderships throughout some of the organizations that weren't even acknowledged at the time. He continues to support the mission and vision of the network, not only through scholarship, leadership, and service, but also the Birmingham community at the Birmingham Civil Rights Institute. So, LA, appreciate it, man. We absolutely appreciate it.
One moment, ladies and gentlemen. I had the privilege of following Sharon and William at UAB. When I was at UAB, we can fit all the Black students on campus in this space and still have some seats left. Now, I had the privilege of being at UAB during the Greek Revolution. I was there when Omega Psi Phi was formed, Delta Sigma Theta. I was a founding member of Alpha Phi Alpha, Alpha Kappa Alpha, Phi Beta Sigma, and Zeta Phi Beta. All those chapters and fraternities and sororities were formed while I was a student at UAB. The Kappas and the Sigma Gamma Rho came after I had graduated, but I had the privilege of knowing all of the founding members of all of those organizations, and I wish that I could have taken pictures of all of those guys back in the day, but I have fond memories of each one of those organizations forming at UAB, and it's been 50 plus years. The Qs just had their anniversary last year. We have our anniversary in 2 weeks at UAB for the 50th anniversary of the Alphas. But it was my privilege and pleasure, Mayor Bell, to be there, and we didn't know history was being made during those early 70s when each one of those organizations came on board. But I'm one of the few people that can say I was there when all of the frats and sororities started.
We appreciate you. Next up, I wanted to bring up a couple of folks. I talked about the scholarship. LA talked about the 50th anniversary. So I'm a member of Kappa Delta chapter of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. And what we did is we endowed a scholarship for our 50th. And so we made sure that it came under the BAN. And why that's so important is that, especially with this DEI stuff that's going on right now, it's so important that we select who receives our scholarship money. And so by endowing, if you did want to give money to the school, get into an endowment. By putting it under the BAN, you can ensure that we are selecting who gets that money. And so what I wanted to do is I wanted to bring up two members, Terry Mills, who actually has his own scholarship that he does, as well as Keldon Watts. He's in the back. So if you guys can come up, just kind of talk about why you do those scholarships and those types of things, I'd appreciate that.
Yes, sir. Good evening. So once again, I am Terry Mills, class of '06. So you might like that year. But anyway, also the co-owner of T Mills Realty Group. We are basically a real estate brokerage right here in Birmingham, located off of 3rd Avenue. We started in 2015. I actually started as a part-time agent, just trying to figure it out. And honestly, I was blessed as soon as I came in the industry, was able to sell a lot of houses and all that fun stuff. But after a few years, I realized I needed to figure out a way to give back. Because, real estate, just really any business is a referral business. Friends, family, those are the people that are helping you stay in business. Those are the people that are taking care of you. If I was to pan the room right now and ask you how many people know a real estate agent, I'm pretty sure everybody can say they know more than one, right? So it meant a lot to me, and still does, to know that people support us. So in 2019, we started the T Mill Scholarship Fund, just as a way to give back. Every spring, we open it up to all the county schools in the metro area. I appoint a committee. I am not involved because I know too many people, and people be inboxing me, asking me why their kid didn't win. So no, I'm not involved. All I do, I'm the brainchild. But we do have a committee that sends it out. Every year we pick at least 2 to 4 deserving seniors, and we just award them scholarships. So it's a blessing to even be able to be in this position. To be honest, because at school I wasn't the AB student, right? I finished, I did graduate, but so just to sit back now and just to be able to do this and all the accomplishments that we've made is just a testament of God and hard work. So that's basically what it is. I think the most impressive thing though is our scholarship fund is self-funded. So we don't receive any grant money. I mean, every now and then we may do a fundraiser, but we actually fund it based off of the production of our brokerage, right? So after every closing, we simply just take a portion of that commission and put it in the scholarship fund. And so in the spring, when it's time to award the money, it's already there. So just to make it simple, the more houses we sell, the more kids we can help. So in closing, if you're looking to buy, sell, call T Mills Realty Group. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Mills. I gotta follow this. Good evening, everyone. My name is Kelvin Watts, class of 2009, School of Arts and Humanities. And thank you for being here tonight. I'm honored to speak to you about the Kappa Delta Chapter of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Memorial Scholarship and why we felt it was so important to endow a scholarship specifically for Black incoming freshmen at UAB. First and foremost, we recognize that access to education has historically been inequitable. For generations, systemic barriers have limited opportunities for Black students, not only to attend universities like UAB, but to thrive within them. Education is one of the most powerful tools we have for creating positive change. It opens doors, transforms lives, and lifts entire communities. But far too often, Black students have faced financial burdens, implicit biases, and the challenge of feeling as if they don't belong in spaces designed without them in mind. This scholarship is one step towards addressing those injustices. By offering financial support, we're making it clear that this university, UAB, is a place where Black students are not only welcome, but celebrated. We want to ensure that talented, hardworking students have the opportunity to receive an education regardless of financial constraints. This scholarship is a message that we value diversity. We value the unique perspectives and contributions of Black students, and we're committed to their success. This endowment is more than just financial aid. It is an acknowledgement of the need of lasting structural change. We know that simply offering money does not solve all the challenges that Black students face. However, this is a crucial step. It is our way of saying that we see the disparity and we're committed to being part of the solution. Our goal is not just to help individual students succeed, but to inspire a larger shift in our community and beyond. When we empower Black students to succeed, we all benefit. We enrich our classrooms with diverse ideas and experiences. We prepare future leaders who will shape industries, governments, and communities. We create a culture of inclusivity and justice that can ripple outward, making the world a better place for us all. Endowing this scholarship is not just an investment in students, it is an investment in the future of our society. We believe in the potential of Black students and in their power to lead and inspire change. We hope that this scholarship would not only open doors for deserving students, but also pave the way for more initiatives like this. In closing, I want to express my gratitude to the university and to everyone who has and continues to support this scholarship. We're just at the beginning of a journey toward greater equity and inclusion. Together, we can make sure that no student's potential is limited by the color of their skin or the financial means that they have at their disposal. So I say to you, thank you, and roots to the Q.
Sexual chocolate. Appreciate that. So I went off script with that. That wasn't in there. So Sharifa, don't, if you're watching, if you watch the video, don't get on me too bad about that. But I wanted to kind of bring them up to kind of tee up. We appreciate the money that jingles, but we really want the money that folds. So anybody, we do. This definitely is a celebration of those that have come before us and those that are continuing to give to the community. But what we are asking is, one, to join the BAN. So if you're not a member, please go to either our Facebook page. You can go to UAB Black Alumni Network on the UAB page or the alumni page and sign up to become a member. But also, as you can see, as it goes around, there's a QR code there. And so what we're asking is that, scan the QR code, donate whatever your heart desires on there. Continue to donate if possible, because what we want to do is to be able to continue to do things like this, but we want to continue to give scholarships and we want to continue to bridge that gap for those undergraduates and those Black students on campus. So with that, I will pass it over to Shanara Das, who is going to tell you guys about some of the upcoming programming that we have to finish out the Black Alumni Weekend, as well as anything that might be coming up in the near future.
Okay, I'm Shanara Dawes. I am the UAB Black Alumni Network Vice President. First, thank you all for coming. Thank you, Trailblazers and honorees, for paving the way for me. Some of you, we were at UAB at the same time. We had a blast. So, I'm here to keep that going and tell you about upcoming events that we have this week. So tonight, after the gala, we have a little after party at Prime. It's like 2 blocks away. Prime Champagne Bar. It's, I think it was 4th Avenue, 5th Avenue. It's around the corner. Thank you, Manisha. And so after the game tomorrow, yes, we have an 11 a.m. game. We got to go before Auburn in Alabama. And so we are just like last year, we're gonna have a game after affair. It's at Bella Hookah Lounge, which is on 3rd Avenue North. And then homecoming, first weekend in November, I think that's the 2nd, we're gonna party with the Qs. And the address for that is 1226 24th Street North. It's a little house on a hill, and we're out there having a great time. We got tents, we got food, whatever you need, just come out. It's on, I think it's the northwest side of the stadium. If you're in between the stadium and uptown, it's on the back side. And then in December, every semester we have like a mixer social for new graduates, just welcome them into the Black Alumni Network, also an alumni, a regular alumni, or national alumni. Since we're not paying dues anymore, everyone is automatically alumni when they graduate. And just to let them know that we're here to support, like Orazio mentioned, to bridge that gap between ourselves as alumni and students, okay? If you have any questions, I'll be around. So again, I thank you all for coming, and congratulations to all our honorees.
Thank you, Shanara. And now, Kira, I think you're gonna close us out. All right. This might be the last time you guys see me, so I'll be around though. So.
You ain't leaving, I don't know why you still coming. I'm like, what?
Good evening. Okay, y'all. Just a game. I need some more energy. Good evening. All right, my name is Kiera Turner. I serve as the videographer, the photographer, the communications chair, and your president-elect this year. So, thank y'all. So we need to tell Rosdale from UAB to put me on some kind of payroll, so pay for all this stuff. But on the behalf of our committee and our board, thank you guys for supporting. We wanted to make sure that we not only honor our past, but also our present and continue into the future of what Black Alumni Network looks like. So again, thank you. So I'm not gonna keep y'all long. I know y'all wanna go ahead and do the Tamia Shuffle. Eat some more food. So again, thank you guys. Again, make sure you're being on support. And then also, please stand up while we do need you to stand up so everybody is acknowledged. So it is A-okay. Also, shortly after I talk, I will need all the 24 to come up so we can get a group photo of y'all. And without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to DJ Lenny.